And we are here for that wonderful time of the year where wrestling fans come near and far. Oh, Jesus. And maybe I'll come with some. Nah, I'm going to continue with the rhyming nonsense, but nah,
No, I was letting you rock. I was
Do
gonna
it.
let you just
Do
go.
it.
Yeah, go with it.
yeah.
Free flow. Free flow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh no, not free flow. Sorry, that's something. That's something different.
That's something different. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Thankfully,
Edit that out. Edit that out.
thankfully, there's no parental advisory here. Make sure that you
Woo.
make
Sorry. Sorry,
thank God
guys.
there's headphones in and my mother
don't
doesn't
Google
hear
that,
you.
people. Do not Google that. I suggest
No.
don't Google that.
Oh,
Of all the things to take
Ari,
from the show, do
you
not
and I need
come.
to talk. You and I need to talk.
And all this is saying is that all of us are in such a giddy mood because it's WrestleMania week.
Yeah, because that's
Yay!
the reason. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Super Bowl for wrestling fans. It's the World Series. All any sports related event that people are all into,
yeah.
and some people are going into this week with sour pussies on their face, maybe because they're not happy with the build up. They're not happy with the matches, but we're the positive assholes on this channel, so well, I'm the positive asshole. I'm not gonna say that about Ariana, but
Yeah. I'm on the other side with this card.
yeah, we might get into it or not, but because there's 40 WrestleManias, everybody, so we're gonna try and get this in a tightly hour, right, Jay?
Oh, listen, I'm doing my best to like have it mapped out in my head how we're gonna fly through all these WrestleManias and such. Um, this is you guys show, but at the same time, I'm like, we're pressed for time, people. We have to go move it along.
Right, and your microphone is on, so we're allowing you on the episode. So
Oh yes, thank you,
shout out to
thank you.
Jason, shout out to you for coming on the show, and shout out to 500 episodes that you just released.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. It's like I've been saying for the longest. It's been a long ride, man. It's been great, and I'm happy that a lot of guys and gals have been a part of the ride as well, man. It's fun, and on to another 500, or as long as I can fucking tolerate wrestling, as much as I could be with this.
Right, and the funny thing is, like, it's not a job for you; it's a hobby. Some people do this professionally, and you do it for fun.
Yeah, like I always tell people, if you're gonna come into this racket, believing you're gonna get money for it, you chose the wrong racket. This is not what we're doing it for. It'd be great once it does up and coming and people start acknowledging that, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, that's not what you're really doing it for. You're doing it for the love and to share your passion and such. So yeah.
Yeah. And in case anybody doesn't realize what this is, or forgot what you clicked on, this is History of Headlocks. I'm Mike, and she's Ariana. Jay's joining in for us this week to talk about WrestleMania, the history of it, what is pretty much the biggest event in wrestling today. I mean, pretty much everything that has come afterwards has been what everybody wants the WrestleMania to be. I mean, we'll get into that. Some of the bootleg WrestleManias.
Mhm.
I mean, Ariana. Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
So, for WrestleMania, is it always that time of year where you get the most excited as a wrestling fan?
Um. Yes and no. I guess it really depends on the build up towards it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is exciting because you know that hopefully WrestleMania will be a fantastic show to watch. Um, and if it's especially if it's somewhere nearby, you could actually try to go at least participate in the festivities leading up to the show if you can't afford to go to actual Mania. Like last year when we went to Philly and we had a great old time out there. But yeah, overall, I mean, the buzz across the fandom is always going to be up there because it's Mania, the show of shows, right? So yeah.
Jay, as growing up as a wrestling fan, was you marking off the calendar for every year for WrestleMania?
The granddaddy of them all. Yeah. Well, for me, it was always about Well, early on, I was really just a wrestling fan on my own. I would watch it with my family, like my aunts and my mom would watch it with me, and they weren't like big fans as such. But for me, I would watch it on my own, and I told stories about there was a video shop around the corner for me that would get it the next day. They would, they would record it, and then the guy would be watching it, and I'll be sitting there through the mirror, through the glass, watching it, like not hearing no commentary, and I'm just watching the whole thing until one day he was just like, "Yo, come in, bro. Like, just come watch it." And I was there, but it became more of an event because of family and friends that got more involved into it. That's what the representation is, the pageantry is for us now. And the cheap plug here, but we're doing that at the Seneca. Friends and family come to pull up. If you're in the New York City area in the Ridgewood section of Queens, the Seneca will be having night 1 of WrestleMania. I believe I found out that the whole bar will be watching wrestling that night. So we're gonna have like a whole just a grand old time there for everybody to pull up. So guys, come up on WrestleMania night 1, and that's what I'm anticipating. Every year I anticipate just to watch with friends and family, and no matter how the card is stacked, it's just still going to be just chilling and having a good time.
The sad fact from out of the three of us is that I'm the only one out of the three that has not gone to a WrestleMania live. But let me ask you, how many WrestleManias have you gone respectively?
I've been to 2.
I've been to 2 as well.
Which ones?
I was at both of them at MetLife. I went to both.
All right.
Yeah, I went to X8 in Toronto and 20 here in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
You took the trip all the way to Canada to see WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was one of the best trips of my life to this day.
Yeah, nice. Sounds like a good trip.
It so was. Especially when you're 21.
Oh, the stories that we could share. Toronto in bloom at 21.
Oh, yes. With 2 minors who could drink in Toronto.
So, what are you going to say, Jay?
No, I was going to say that I would say as of now, the experience of being there is great. It's one for that you always say that you want to at least do it one time. I've done it twice, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm tapped out, especially now with the prices. It's fucking ridiculous. It's crazy.
Honestly, that's the only thing that would hold me back from going is just how insanely expensive they are.
Right. Wow. Yeah, it was just too. Like the energy is crazy. We were there for, like I said, I went in 23, and then I went in. I went in 13, and I went on 2019, and the energy is like ridiculous, especially if you're there for the tailgating and all that. Oh god, it's a mess. But it's hilarious and it's fun. But just to see it now, I wanted to do it this year where I was like, even though because I think SummerSlam was going to be in New York. Right. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind just to go to even tailgate because the fans out there is crazy. But for Mania, it's something different. Like, I don't know. It's just something like about Mania that makes it all special.
Yeah.
Wow. Which I would say, Jay, when I mentioned it's pretty much the Super Bowl of wrestling. Like, would the tailgate party make it feel like that, right?
Let me tell you something. I have it. I have it on one of the. It should be on the Turnbuckle Tabloid YouTube page. I have us at a tailgate, and we're walking around, and everybody's in cosplay. Someone's dressed like Gold Dust. There's a guy who's walking around who looked exactly like Samoa Joe. It was fucking hilarious. People were dressed as. I had a guy walk up to me with a bag of wine and was tapping. He was like, "Tap the bag, dude." I'm like, I'm not drinking out of that. Are you insane? What's wrong with you? Get out of here. I'm with my kid, and I'm gonna say, "Yeah, how cool I am." I'm gonna drink wine out of a bag in front of my kid. So I drank the wine right now. I'm kidding. I
was waiting for that part. I was like, so I tapped the bag.
No, I'm kidding. But no, it's like I said, it's such a mega experience. I'll get more in detail later on because we'll see it in This Week in Wrestling how a lot of the content is WrestleMania directed. So you get started.
Because I remember watching the live stream, and it was one thing when I got to Barclays outside, like for a takeover, and people do super kicks or like small wrestling moves, and then you see a parking lot of a football stadium, people pull out tables and doing moves off the trucks. It's like nobody cared. People would have trash cans. It was like there's so many videos of people doing stupid shit, not just outside football games, but wrestling as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised. I was waiting for Jay to be like diving off a truck and just go through something through.
Nah, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? As you know, as kooky as people may think that I am, or not that they think that I am, that I really am, but as kooky that I am, there's a certain sense of me that knows how to like contain himself for a while. It's like, yeah, I need to pull it back a little bit this time around. I can't be sitting here, you know, acting the fool. As a matter of fact, do you guys want to see what happened?
Yeah,
sure. Pull it up.
I'll play a little bit of it. So yeah, I want to have like that premise as though like, yeah, I'm this wild and crazy guy, but you can't put it on all the time, bro. You can't do it all the time.
I mean, at that time, it was either going to be you or fucking Matt. I can believe Matt can jump off a truck and go through something through a table.
Yeah, let me see. I don't think I want to play the audio of this because we could get hit with it. But yeah, this was us at of course, promotion. You see the promotion all over the place. Turnbuckle Tablet is there.
Wow.
All right, one of my boys is dressed as Roman. Okay, all right.
I was about to say, do you know that guy that's behind standing really?
Yeah. He went with us. You get, you know, we're doing our promos here.
Oh my god!
Now, mind you, this is in New York, where the weather is very cold, and that night it was raining, so it was like double worse for you guys.
And he was drinking so much he probably didn't even feel it. That guy.
Oh yeah.
And you know what, man?
I see Triple H back there. Hold on. I just want to walk through. Oh, I see Goldust.
Mind you,
John Cena.
This was the this was the Mania with Matt and I. We were gonna wear diapers because we didn't want to leave our seat, and we tried it, and yeah, thankfully we didn't do that. It was pretty fucking cool. We didn't end up doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm telling you, they go all out. People go all out for Mania, man.
Awesome. I mean, there's pretty much a full buffet out there in the parking lot.
I know, right?
There was a shout out to Louis. We're gonna have Louis on the show too. He's one half of the tag team champions. I believe he's pulling up to Seneca as well. It's great. The belts. Everybody. That was another thing too. Everybody comes out with their belts, right?
Right.
I'm walking around with my United States Championship belt, and it's like I'm feeling myself or whatever. A guy goes, "Hey, nice U.S. title." I was like, "Thanks, man." And he goes, "You want to look at this one?" And he had the classic Harley race.
Wow.
The NWA U.S. title. I just put my head down and just walked away.
You definitely had that feeling like that kid in school had something cool, and you're like, oh, let me hide my thing.
I know.
Hey, look at this. They're like, oh.
What's he yelling at?
It's almost a who's of where are they now?
He's probably yelling at his mother. Leave me alone, Mom. Having fun.
No, that's always awesome, though.
I mean, Ari, as we're seeing Jay's misadventures in the parking lot, how did you handle going to WrestleMania? Did you ever do any events like this, or?
I mean, we didn't. There wasn't any tailgating, but when we went to Toronto, we went up there like 3 or 4 days before, so we got to do all the accesses. Mm-hmm. We found out where the wrestlers were staying, which was across the street from us. So we have friends staying at the same hotel, so we were hanging out at the bar, getting pictures with everybody. How we even had drinks with Kevin Nash at one point. He snuck up behind us at the bar while I was ordering some Coronas, and he added his own Corona to the order and paid for it. He's massive. When I tell you how tall this man is, I was like eye to navel with him. Yeah. And this is when he had the long blonde hair, right? And Scott Hall was hanging out too, but he wasn't drinking at that point. I think he started drinking after the show, after the whole debacle. Of course. Yeah.
Do you mind if I put this order of Corona on there as well?
He's like, make it 4. And we were like,
oh, hi.
Hi. Yeah. And
how do you declare Mr. Kevin Nash? Thank you for your.
He is one hell of a looker in person. And then there was even like we found out last minute the Hardy Boys were going to be making an appearance for like a Canadian, like almost like their version of MTV. where like they used to have a show on Friday nights where they would go to different bars and clubs and have celebrities. So when we found out they were going to be there, we like got dressed up, hauled ass all the way to the bar, hung out there with them. It was one of those where we were just, thank God we were young and had the energy to run around the way we did.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. If you're gonna be at a Mania, you better be ready to be like ready to go and move around, because there's no sitting back and just, give me a minute. I gotta take no. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. There's a lot of moving. There's a lot of energy going on. You gotta be prepared. Hey, look at Sel.
Yeah,
it's crazy that's only a few years ago. This is from
my high school graduate coming up soon. Like crazy.
Time flies, man.
Yeah.
Just a kid over there.
In that atmosphere, Mike, one day, like when you do go, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna sense like something big is happening. Like it's crazy what goes on. Yeah. Especially this week. 15 matches was on that night. 15.
Right.
It was ridiculous. Like,
mind you, you're recording outside maybe about 5 o'clock. About to go in.
Not even. That was about. Oh, sorry, Mike. That was about. I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry. That was actually about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like we didn't even open the gates yet. Okay. So that was just everybody out there just hanging out and chilling. But yeah.
And like another thing is like if you go out of town for it, you can tell who's there for it, because it's just swarms of people just all over the place buzzing around, and I mean you'll see them wearing the t-shirts or whatever other kind of gear, and like it just feels like one big community came together from all over the world in one little city and just took over. Because that's how it was in Philly. I felt like in Philly, we all took over. Like, even when we went to do non-wrestling things, like we went to one of the haunted penitentiaries in Philly. And there were people there wearing their wrestling gear. Like, they're all wrestling fans who say, hey, we have some free time. Let's go do a haunted trip. It's just, you can't miss them. You can't miss everybody. And even people who aren't wrestling fans knew that there was wrestling in town.
Wow. I think in today's climate, I think it's more noticeable when a town like fully embraces that WrestleMania is coming in, because you see, once you go to New Orleans, there's posters everywhere of wrestlers on the street. Was it like that back then? Like for recently 18 and 20?
I don't remember seeing things in the street in Toronto like that. Mm-hmm. It was more like once you got to whatever venue was holding some sort of event, that's when you would see like outside the big banners or whatnot. And 20, I mean, same thing. Even though we were in Manhattan, you didn't really see this guy. He does look like Joe in the face, though.
Fucking stoic. Is that a wig?
Yes, that's for sure.
Good. I was about to say there's two different hair colors.
You kind of look like Monster Mac in the face, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We gotta get Monster Mac on this show. I gotta hit him up again.
Yeah. They when we would go to MetLife, when we was on the drive out there, it was you just see the banners, and all it was just all lined up for Mania. All you just saw, like, just it's basically telling you, all right, bring your ass. You're coming up on it. Also, New York City, when they were, they had 42nd Street on lock. They had that whole thing going on. It was that the one for 2013. We did everything. We did the Ring of Honor. That was that Saturday before. That was like lit. That day they had like 5 shows that day at Hammerstein. That Friday before, we did the what used to be for the Fan Fest. We did that. They had the NXT matches there. Then that Sunday we did Mania, and then the following Monday, that Raw, we were at Izod for that as well. So it was a big weekend. And to be honest, like, compared to prices from then to now, I think I paid for that whole weekend not even $1,000, less than, and it was for 3 people. So it was like it was crazy. It was like, now Nah, you can't even. Nobody can say these days that they're broke and the economy sucks because you're paying for fucking tickets at Mania. Like, it's crazy.
No, they finance them shits. They got loans and they filed for bankruptcy, and it's crazy.
Blood donorship. Like,
Dude, I don't know how they get this money. Inheritance, something. I don't know.
Yeah, and before we get into actual like WrestleMania events, I wanted to ask you because Jay brought up the fan access stuff where WWE gives you access to everything, where it's pretty much a rented space wherever it is, where you can see old stuff like maybe like a monster truck or like old displays, old belts, that type of thing. Like, how much was it like going there live and seeing it in person? Because for me it was like seeing the video packages of like seeing all these fans like mark up, like I got to meet Kane, I got to meet John Cena, like they got to meet their favorite wrestlers and see all the stuff when people used to be like commentators, like you could commentate on Michael Cole or somebody. It was like what was the experience like?
I mean, for me, like when I did Access in X8, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome because they had just wrestlers everywhere, whether they were signing autographs or they were just randomly walking around the building, or they had wrestling matches going on, exhibition matches. Like we watched Randy Orton wrestle Tommy Dreamer, and I think he had another match with, I want to say Edge. Like Edge wrestled one of the exhibition matches. We were like, holy shit! They had all the memorabilia to look at. They had tons of merch to buy. They had food to eat. Not the best, but hey, it was food. They expect you to be there all day, and they don't want you leaving, right? So
of course.
Right, and I did trivia with the Fink. I mean, it was just like a really cool, immersive experience. You could see wrestlers doing, kayfabe stuff and like, eyeballing each other from across the way or whatnot. And it wasn't just like the mid carders or low. I mean, they had like the big guys there, making appearances at these Access events. But then when we did the WWE World last year, it was so bad.
Wow.
It was so late. The store was awesome. The store itself,
out of all things, that was
the store part.
It took me back to WWF New York's, souvenir shop part of the restaurant, like just full of all these shirts and stuff that I've never seen before. And you saw the Bret Hart jacket I got to buy, and they had Funko Pops to buy. They had stuff on display. And then when you go to the actual world where they had the exhibits and the meet and greets, it just felt very thrown together last minute. And the fact that you only had these wrestlers making an hour appearance. Meanwhile, these lines are wrapped all the way around to see one person. Wow. And then that 1 hour goes by and it's like they just bye and they walk off and you're just like, what? I mean, thank God I didn't have to pay for some of this stuff. Not the main ones, those major ones that you have to pay for is one thing, but it just felt very disjointed. Like they had like the ECW history exhibit. It looked like they just put up things up in the air and didn't like display it really properly. The Rock showed up like 2 hours late.
Of course.
We were waiting for him, and I'm like, all right, he ain't coming. Let's go watch Damian Priest do the interview over here.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Yeah, it just felt very lacking. I don't know. It just didn't feel like the way I remember it being in Canada. Like, it just felt like they just pulled out a whole bunch of shit from their like vault and shipped it to Philly and just threw them up real fast. Like, yeah, it didn't work.
I know one thing from last year is that they did a whole Firefly Funhouse display in honor of Bray.
Did, and again, it was just, I mean, I have pictures of them, and it was just very disappointing. I expected more of it. Like I said, it just felt like people who weren't wrestling fans threw them or in the business just threw them together for them. Like, oh, let's just put this like this and put this here. Like, it felt very empty and hollow.
Yeah, I actually got a story about my experience that year I went in 2013, but I don't want to say it here because a lot of people will look at me differently. I would, so I'll say it anyway. The experience. I was about to say, is it? I'll do it anyway. The experience was great. When in 2013, because when they had it at Izod, it was like they had everything in a circle. So you would see everything like Andre the Giant statue, the meet and greets, and in the middle was the arena with the matches. This was like the early days of NXT, and you see NXT matches and such. And I actually met Harley Race that day. That man was in a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
He shook my hand, and it was like a vice grip. And I said, this man could still whip my ass from the wheelchair. Like, he had his cane, but he was a real nice man, real sweet man. So my story is, we bought the tickets for the fan fest, right? Bought the tickets, but something happened to where they didn't have it, and they were like, "I'm sorry, we can't let you in." What you call it? They're sold out. So I had to think on my feet, and I was like, "Nah, I got to get in," because I came with somebody else, and they drove us out there. And I said, "I'm not gonna sit out here, with my daughter's mother and my daughter." And fuck this. So I go to the ticket booth counter, and I threw my acting gears in, had my my previous experience going. I started welling up in my eyes. I said, I really got to get inside. I mean, honestly, if you can see my daughter over there, she's not doing well. She's, she was diagnosed recently with possibly something that could be terminal if it doesn't happen. And I'm like, can you find a way? Because this might not be, this could be her last, event. And could you please help me out? I got the tickets in 10 minutes.
Sometimes you gotta pull out the
the people I was with, they was like, what did you do? I said, don't ask.
But I like that you did the whole vague.
I just got going in the head, and I was like, Daddy says thank you. But it was cool. They had like the money in the bank. She went and she was acting like she could grab the briefcase and stuff. It was cool. I haven't been to one since then, but yeah. It was the other thing that we went to. They had the news when the media day. We went to that. That's when it was at the old Hard Rock, and people, after they changed it from the WWE thing.
Yeah.
And we were there. That's when the first Cena Rock. No, the second one. It was actually the second one, yeah. And Rock came out. Shockingly, he was really nice. We were right at the entryway. It was right at the front. And Rock was real nice. He came out, signed autographs. Cena came out, was a pure dick. And people were throwing boxes of Fruity Pebbles at him. Real dick.
Yeah. I haven't had a great experience meeting him either.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
I respect what he's done for the business, but he's got a weird vibe to me.
Yeah. Then they when you were in there the media scrum and all that stuff, it was actually real cool. They was very professional. They set you up nicely in certain spots. The crowd was hot. It was really cool. That I could say. I think like later on down the line, I think they got a little bit too business, I could say. So they got a little bit more funkier.
Right. I agree.
I mean, when you talk about the price, I think, Jay, you covered it too. We talked about the pricing when people do the meet and greets this year. I mean, a lot of them, $500 for just to see one person get a picture, and maybe, I don't know, that's it. And then
you had the ones too, where they pair up two wrestlers for $600 together.
Right,
but I don't know. I don't want to meet the other person. I just want to meet one. I gotta pay $600 to meet one.
So for Ari, for you, if you want to meet Damian Priest, guess who you're also seeing? Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, and I'm like, no offense to Tiffany Stratton, she's adorable, but I'm not paying $600 to meet her. Or Damian. I wouldn't even pay $600. If it was Rhea, I'd be like, all right, let me figure this out. Let me look at my bank account.
Right.
I don't understand why they did that.
But I mean, that'd be the easiest $1,000 they get then.
Who gets the money?
That's what I'm saying.
Damn,
that's interesting too, because I know a lot of it's run through Fanatics, but it'd be interesting to see how much the wrestler gets a portion of that. You would hope maybe a good 75% of that shit.
And to be honest, for me, I've never been one of those that takes pictures with wrestlers. I've never or anybody, any celebrities. It's very rare that you'll get me to do it. It depends on what it was. If it spontaneously would happen. Like yesterday, I saw Moose. I was like, hey, Moose, want to take a pic? Where's at the bar? I was like, click. But yeah. I don't really do that. For me to pay? No. Nah.
That's a lot. I'll pay a few dollars depending on who it is.
No.
But I'm not dropping hundreds of unless it's Bret Hart, I'm not dropping that kind of money.
Listen, when Ric Flair pulled up at House of Glory, I didn't even pay. I knew everybody. I didn't pay. I was just on the line. I was like, "Hey, Rick, you want to take a pic?" Come on, brother. Click. I pay for that shit.
When the hell did Ric Flair go to HOG?
I was
A few years. I think it was before pandemic.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. There's a story about that too. But
I mean, that was when
my story to tell.
They had a real hot streak too. It was like that Flair 1 month, Dudley's the next.
Cody,
Cody,
Ray. They had a few run there. But but I'm not sitting there. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit there and pay. The only person, honestly, that I probably would pay for, and that's because it's the homie, and that's why I asked who gets the money, is Jacob Fatu. That's probably the only one that I would pay for, because I would bring him a bottle of Hennessy and chopped cheese and be like, "Yo, what's good?" And I know he will remember me, so he'll fucking he'll love it. So, yeah, that's the only one I'll do. If other than that, nah, fuck that. Nah.
And then,
see, I won't pay for an autograph, because anybody can sign something and say, "Yeah, he signed it."
Right.
I like the picture, so I can be like, "Look who I met."
Right.
I got to touch this person.
One of my coworkers said that she's ready to pay $1,500 to take a picture with Chris Brown, and I'm like, "What? That's
nice. Take a picture with a domestic abuser."
Yeah, I'm like, that's insane. She was like, "Yeah, that's something I can tell my grandkids." But like, "Yeah, that's her grandfather." I'm like, "Really? 1,500? That's insane."
He's disgusting. I'm sorry. See, non-wrestling. It's funny. Non-wrestling celebrities don't do it for me. I've seen them in person, and I'm like, all right, cool. I could just look at them from a distance, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, oh my god, I gotta meet this actor or this singer. Like, I'm good. Well, I did do it with my favorite band, but other than that, that's it.
So let's get into WrestleMania. Let's go through some interesting facts about WrestleMania for a little bit. Where, like, for example, WrestleMania 2 was the first and only WrestleMania to take place in different locations, and this was during a weekday. First WrestleMania was in Madison Square Garden. The original name came from Beatlemania,
right?
From Howard Finkel.
Howard Finkel, yeah, definitely, yep.
Yeah, longest match in WrestleMania history is the Iron Man match with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Most pay-per-view buys. Let me see if you guys can figure this out. Which WrestleMania had the most pay-per-view buys?
I think it was the one in 2013.
So I think that you're saying 29.
I think is that 29? Yeah, I always forget the names and numbers. I don't forget. I just know the year. I think that was the second Cena Rock match.
Right.
Was it?
27. But all right, I'm waiting for Ari's guess.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out when they moved over to the network. And they were still I can't remember exactly when, because I would think it would be more or less sometime before that.
Right.
Well, the network, the thing was 2014, so before that.
Ooh,
and the J was the year before.
Right.
But I'm just to say that's not correct, but.
Right.
Jay's answer is close though.
Oh, look at that! Look at me.
2010.
Nope, it's the year before when Roxina won.
1.2
million.
The one in Florida.
Yeah, WrestleMania 28.
Oh wow!
And then as far as the most attended, the biggest attendance record for WrestleMania.
Who knows at this point? Would I be making up numbers?
Well, true, but
I know it. I know it used to be the WrestleMania 3.
Right.
Silverdome. Pontiac Silverdome.
The one Meltzer still to this day says like over 78,000.
Was it? No, I can't. It was. Was it recent?
In the past decade, yes.
Okay, yeah, I knew that at least.
Is it a combination of 2 nights or one night only?
One night.
Really? Dallas?
Which year?
That was the one with the shitty Rock intro, was it? Like when the Rock came with the flamethrower? Which one was that?
Oh, I already told you it's one night. It's WrestleMania 32.
Okay.
The one with Roman and Triple H in the main event.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many? What was the attendance?
101,763 fans
in one night.
So they say.
Well, I think
the crew and wrestlers and that.
Right, I was about to say, I think they do that thing where they count the crew, the wrestlers, like everybody that's in the building
Yeah,
at the time.
every single body in the building. The workers at the arena.
Just some old man like pressing the clicker every time he sees a person.
Right.
it's like that poor bastard.
How many people are working today in the concession? Okay, count them too.
My thumb broke.
The janitors.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, X8, we had like, I think, what was it, 67,000 people in X8? It was overwhelming. I was like, this is a lot of damn people. Like, if there's an emergency, how the hell are we getting out of this place?
Right.
Whew. Oh my God, look at that.
Since 2020, 2 night events have been a thing for WrestleMania going forward. Undertaker's famous WrestleMania streak was with 21 being the most. Championship wins in 3 consecutive years goes to Christian. The only wrestler to win a championship in 3 consecutive WrestleManias.
Wow, look at that. The one that Vince hated. Look at that.
Right.
WrestleMania 2000 is the only WrestleMania in history that does not have a traditional singles match.
Right, everything was like a fatal 4-way, right?
No, it was worse. It was tags.
Oh, tags, right. Oh, right.
Head cheese versus TNA.
Jesus.
Godfather and D'Lo Brown against Big Boss Man Bobby Cannon.
Oh, God.
The opener.
Oh
God.
Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy is the only cage match in WrestleMania history, which is surprising.
A traditional cage match.
Traditional cage match, because they did have Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell, right.
And then it has here Mr. T appearance. Mr. T received $100,000 for his appearance at WrestleMania 1.
Okay, that was a nice check.
And I also saw that apparently the boys were not very happy about the company bringing them in. They're very hesitant, be like you're bringing in the guy from the A team to be in the main event of WrestleMania.
Roddy was one of the biggest haters on that. Roddy Piper.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why they did the rematch with the boxing gloves the following year.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally tried to beat the shit out of him. He really wanted to take his head off. I think he tried to load up the glove and everything.
Well, I think they taped his hands. Like they taped it to the point where he couldn't even make a fist.
Right.
Like this with gloves on him.
Oh yeah.
But
karate chopping.
Where boxing goes. Interesting as well as that Triple H's band Motorhead was the first time at WrestleMania 18 that they did not perform his theme song live.
Really?
Wow.
Because the year before 17, who's Lemmy?
Lemmy, yeah.
Apparently he was drunk off his ass that he couldn't remember the song to sing.
that's
about the game. If I can play it, it's all about the game. If you play it, it's all about the game.
That's very rock. I love that.
Absolutely.
Do you want to take a guess at who sang the song at least from WrestleMania 18? Was it Motorhead?
Who did it?
I'm trying to remember. Johnny Poole. Yes, Johnny Poole. I love them. Let me tell you, man. All the bands that they had me like, woo-hoo. All of them. That's right, Johnny Poole.
Didn't they have I think their song was the theme for WrestleMania that year as well. I believe so.
Yeah, it was Tearaway.
Tearaway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was Tearaway? Okay.
Yeah, and then it's live as well with Superstar.
Loved it.
Right.
Rob Zombie was there. Limp Bizkit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even a fan of them, but even I was like rocking out with them.
Maybe live, but not at WrestleMania. They were performing. And then the last interesting fact about WrestleMania is WrestleMania 22 is the last WrestleMania held in a traditional arena before they went to the big venues, the football stadiums.
Was that 22?
WrestleMania 22 in Chicago.
Right. I was going to say it had to be Chicago. Definitely, yeah.
Because then afterwards they did football stadiums until pandemic.
Right.
So as far as like WrestleMania goes, is there any WrestleMania theming that you remember like being like thought like that was a cool idea, or at least like the location that like went into it?
I really loved the one in LA, 39. That whole Hollywood feel was gorgeous.
See, I think I like 21 a little better because when they're promoting it, they did the movie skits.
Yes, that was fun.
Like I forget the.
I mean, they did it for 39 as well. The little movie skits.
But not that much
Yeah.
though, because I mean, you remember Booker T and Eddie Guerrero doing the Samuel Jackson, John Travolta scene.
That was awesome.
Yeah. You had Kurt Angle and Christy Hemme doing that When Harry Met Sally scene.
Yeah.
Man, it's like I'll have what they're having.
I'll have what they're having.
I mean, I did like when, of course, you had Robert Reigns and Paul Heyman do the Goodfellas scene.
Goodfellas, that was awesome.
But I feel like that was the only one I remember for that time.
Didn't Bianca Montez do something? I'm trying to remember.
I know in 39 they did. I know Seth did the Joker, right?
He did the Joker. He was on the stairs, right, dancing.
I think Becky was Batman too.
And Becky was Batman with the voice. So cute.
Jay, what about you?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought 39 was just beautifully done. I thought it was just a real connection to where they're at. The ambiance was basically, straight up LA.
Hollywood.
That fucking staircase, the rampway, the walkway was like, wow. It was huge.
Gorgeous.
When they were able to put on Roman's entrance with the violin or the pianos and all whatever the fuck it is that they came out in, it was like it showed
full orchestra.
Right.
Yeah, that was dope.
The only thing that I said that it's real fucking pain in the ass about being in those football arenas and stuff is just the scaffolding that's all over the place. Yo, if you get that chair, if you're in that line, boy, you're gonna have a tough time watching that event, man. Thankfully, I was able to get tickets that I did not have any of that blockage. It was we were pretty decent for that. But that, and I thought the New York themes one, especially in 2013, was actually really good. And the one is in San Francisco was good as well. I thought it was I kind of think they was kind of cheap with the Dallas ones. I thought Dallas was kind of whatever.
I didn't really care for Philly.
Really? Right.
I mean, I knew they're doing the Eagles colors and they had the bell. I mean, I found out actually a former classmate of mine he works for WWE in the creative. I mean, designing stuff, and he actually designed the bell. I was so jealous. I'm to this day I'm very jealous of him. I could have gotten that job.
In a good way.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. He's a good guy. He deserves it, So, but like the staging itself felt, I don't know. I was like, what's the theme besides the Eagles colors? Like,
I mean, they really only did like the big X and the L thing. I mean, there's really nothing else that stood out about Philly.
No.
I mean, it would have been something if it was like a giant bird or like the Liberty Bell, like something like that.
Stairs, like the Rocky stairs, something like. But it just felt very generic.
Right. Remember when we were speaking about like the numbers and that? Remember when when Vince wants to stop with the numbers because
it makes you feel old.
Yeah, it starts dating the yeah, that's the purpose of it, you ass. Of course it is.
Exactly.
Like, what the hell?
I will say for me was that when they started using the Roman numeral numbers, I was getting pissed off. It's like, fuck, okay, what the fuck?
You had to go back to school and remember what the Roman numerals were for.
Right. It's like, I was somebody that hated school. I'm like, why the fuck do you have to change this up? Like, why?
Do they even teach Roman numerals in school anymore? Because I remember we had that.
We did, not anymore.
Yeah.
No. But,
and the only reason why I learned it was that, and I even cared because it correlated with the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl. At least I knew that.
Yeah, I wanted to mention bring up Jay's WrestleMania because I mean there's pretty much the bridge, right?
They had the bridge.
And it's always funny when I go back and watch that because like in the shadows of New York City, it's like they don't have the balls to say we're in New Jersey. It's like a taboo thing to say. Like, let's not say we're in the Meadowlands or we're in the shadow of New York City.
They gotta do something in one of the baseball stadiums here, please, one year.
So what was crazy about that day, the one in 2013, during the pre-show, right before the national anthem was going to happen, it got really cloudy, and it almost looked like it was going to be a tremendous downpour. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, this is going to be crazy."
Right.
And I think it just happened like right after. Yeah, it happened like right after the pre-show. It just got dark and they were ready to start singing. Then all of a sudden, the song started to play and the sun started shining through. That was like, ooh, that was very unbiblical what happened here. I was like, oh, it was really cool how that happened.
Got you on your toes.
What best part about that as well? The ride home. I didn't take the ride home, but coming out of the arena, everybody was doing the Fandango song.
Of course.
That was crazy.
That's
That guy got over that day instantly.
That's
ridiculously.
I mean, it fed into the next night too, but it's like I remember hearing people at the WrestleMania going there to think, I think I'd be delayed. Like if it starts downpouring, like what the hell are they gonna do?
Yeah. Well, we saw it later on down here when
that was the funniest when they came back with the first Mania with people after the pandemic.
Yeah.
And they go, it started raining and now the show is underway. I was like, oh, that kind of sucks.
right.
The picture of Samoa Joe and the rain slicker is hilarious.
Right.
That is. But I was gonna just say, like, I think one of the best things a person can do when going to those shows is carry one of those things in your bag.
Right.
Carry a slicker, raincoat, those little disposable ones, a garbage bag, whatever you need.
Whatever you have.
If it starts downpouring, at least you'll have some sort of barrier. You don't have to leave or unless they cancel the show.
And we gotta give a lot of credit to these construction crews where, like that year, they did the whole big pirate ship and the big WrestleMania flag, and the fucking lightning strikes it and the thing rips in half.
What an omen.
The thing about WrestleMania 33 when they're in Orlando, the big fucking roller coaster, the big ramp that was like I think 75 yards.
Wow.
And the thing, the best is on the thing is like Undertaker's going to take 5 hours just going down that stupid ramp.
Was it I think it was the year that I think it was in 39 where when the fireworks, I think it burned somebody. Like it was crazy. Like
I think it's 24. It was when the Undertaker wins in the main event. Fireworks are going off. All of a sudden, just hits somebody in the crowd on the upper levels.
But I also think I believe it happened in 39 as well. In 2019, when we went to the MetLife in 2019, there was a part where everyone was blinded by a certain light during the Randy Orton match.
Oh.
Shout out to Louis Coyote. He was in that section and he was like, yo, we couldn't see shit the whole time.
Last year?
That was in 2019.
35.
Oh, okay. Last year there was an issue with a light.
There's always an issue with these lights.
You can hear the crowd chanting, "Turn the light off." I think it was the first night or night. Yeah, I think it was the first night.
And I remember 35 because then Randy went off on Twitter the next day. Goes, thanks for chanting to turn the fucking light off so you can see me wrestle.
Right, exactly.
But I mean, like all these are like the good ones. I mean, is there any bad WrestleMania stage steps? I mean, the only one, the first thing that pops up is Caesar's parking lot for WrestleMania 9.
Oh, Caesar's was terrible. The and 9. Oh my!
Early on, there was like attempts to do Caesar's Palace, but this looked horrible.
But did you see that Peacock has like a documentary on WrestleMania 9 right now? What the hell? Of all WrestleManias.
Right.
You know why? I think there was something that venue was like the last minute choice that they picked, and it was just seemed like it was just thrown together and such.
It did. It's like they borrowed stuff from Caesar Palace to create the.
People were coming in on camels. It was
wearing togas. The Fink in his toga.
That was the first appearance of Jim Ross in WWE.
Was he wearing a toga?
Yeah, first day of the job. Has to wear togas.
They had to wear togas.
So cheap.
Bobby Heenan was riding backwards on a camel.
Hanging for dear life.
Apparently the story was he was legit scared to death. So he was like, listen, I'm not going to practice this. I'm just going to go out and do this once.
Get it out the way.
Never do it again. But, because if the idea to do in Caesar's Palace, or technically was it supposed to be Vegas?
Yeah, it was Vegas, right?
So like it's gonna be completely different from then to now because I make jokes. Caesar's parking lot. Like, where was this? This is not Caesar's Palace. Like, what the fuck is
Right.
this?
In the parking lot.
A makeshift arena.
So random.
I mean,
Oh man.
Like, didn't they have an arena back then out there in Vegas?
I don't think so.
Because I know
yeah.
Vegas in the 90s was probably still kind of
It was still very old school, very retro.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was bad. I do say I do miss the gondolas. I do miss the ring gondolas that they used to put the wrestlers on, like when Andre was coming in.
Mm-hmm.
That it looks like a mini ring and stuff like that. I do miss that.
I feel like they should bring those back.
They should.
Long ass ramps.
Exactly.
The ones that wind, that they got to go around and stuff, and they're running.
Put them on a track. Just let them.
Or like the Ultimate Warrior now, trying to get to the ring.
Yeah.
But
I mean, because now instead of the gondolas, they have the mini golf carts, like the
golf cart.
Yeah.
But I can't really. Maybe what was that? Was it 2021? It was one that it looked like it was just thrown together as well. Like they didn't really have much of or anything that was also in. I'm sorry, Chicago, but some of your WrestleManias look fucking cheap as well. They looked kind of thrown together as well.
I mean 22 with the big buildings, the big giant ramp that lifted up off the ground. That was one where like John Cena is supposed to be the big baby face. He comes out like a mafia. He's shooting guns in the air.
CM Punk was one of the guys.
Right.
He was a gangster.
He was one of the gangsters. Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, like I think they've been pretty much solid when they came, especially later on, and they pretty much put it together with their sets.
Yeah.
Shout out to those, man. Those people that put that. They're showing pictures of it now. And you see like the real work that's going into that shit. Or you can imagine that it's gonna be like a whole bunch of slot machines.
I can't wait to see it.
It's gonna
I think
color.
the roulette wheels.
I think the concept art from what I saw is like the entrance to the casinos, like with the doors. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the doors gonna have the screens of like the because I've been showing you guys the graphics for the matches. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's like gonna be custom like pictures of the wrestlers, maybe
that
or something.
Would be awesome. The neon colors and stuff. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Because I think
we're gonna hear is like the like, so you're gonna be hearing the sound.
Like go all out. You're in Vegas. Like go all out with theme. Like make it as cheesy and gaudy as possible.
Exactly, with the big billboards and.
I loved Vegas when I was there a couple of summers ago. It was so fun.
So we talked about visually how WrestleMania looks. Is there any entrance of a certain superstar that you remember being your favorite?
Oh, oof, man.
Let me start off because I think WrestleMania 20 for me, when the Dead Man came back after being Booger Red, American Badass Taker.
Yes.
Because I remember at the time, people thinking, what Undertaker are we getting? Because they were teasing, we had like old school Undertaker, but when he came out, the place just went crazy because it's like this new hybrid Undertaker. He still looked like American Badass, but it was the Dead Man, honestly. I think the match was but it was just the presentation because we had Paul Bearer come back too, looking the best shape he could have been at the time. The Druids come out with the fire.
That was awesome live, yeah.
Right. And also, I will give credit for Kane's entrance too, because just seeing New York City just burn to the ground visually on the screen was like, oh my god.
Yeah. He always has such a great entrance, even just for a regular show.
Right.
Yeah.
Triple H always turns it on too. He always has. That's one thing you'll know that he's gonna have an entrance. It's gonna be something, skull, very dark, very Mad Max kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
Remember they came in that mini car that had spikes all over it and shit like that.
Very, very death metal.
Yeah. Cena always had something going on. Remember the year he came out with a whole bunch of Cenas that was on that that was lined up side by side. The New Day when it came out in the box of cereal.
Oh my god. came out as Dragon Ball characters.
Dragon Ball. But
I love when Bianca came out with the little girls dancing.
Right. That was
so cute.
That was cute.
It's so sweet.
The the Sean when he came down, and he was like he was coming from the heavens for the Undertaker match. That great entrance, but the one that really looked fucking cool, and I was there, like I said, I was live for it, was Undertaker coming out with the fucking hands were coming from the ground.
Mhm.
Oh shit, that shit was, and my hairs are still standing because how fucking spooky it was, but it was great. That shit looked awesome.
Future NXT champions just grabbing at him, just fucking
Exactly.
let me out. Let me
Yeah.
out. But, yeah,
Exactly.
Because visually at home, it's insane to see like this guy standing. All of a sudden, just like you said, like people coming from hell, trying to climb up and grab him.
Shit, Sean on the zip line was fucking awesome and shit.
I mean, and for me, like talking about being at a live one, even though the entrances were still not so theatrical, but when Hulk Hogan came out at X8 and the crowd just lost their shit for him, even though he was heel, it blew my mind. Like we were just looking around like, what the hell's going on? Is this 1984 all over again? Like it was, the crowd was just overwhelmingly behind him.
Thanks, Canada.
Yeah, and just, I know, I was like, just the energy, the electricity that came off of everybody that day in that moment was just nothing. For me, nothing will ever touch that.
Rusev in a tank. Yeah, remember that? Rusev coming out in the tank.
Did we also say earlier in the day that Kim and Lana were like having fun in the tank?
Oh Lord!
Yeah, right. Can we count the cinematic matches when AJ and fucking Undertaker pulled up to their match? Like,
I mean, shit, that was funny because like it's like the Druids music's playing, and then they pull the casket out, it opens, and just like ha ha ha, his ass off. But yeah, I mean, Undertaker on the bike.
Was it the WrestleMania when Stone Cold came out and the glass actually broke and he walked through that shit?
I thought like that was 13.
Oh man,
yeah, that was, you know what, that, and it was such a simple thing.
Yeah,
little glass just shattering. That was because the entrances back then were just so generic.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
little colors.
I mean, WrestleMania 17 when Stone Cold came out in Texas, because the visual, like we could talk about like presentation wise, but just him walking down the ring and just seeing old school like camera flashes, like there's nothing like that today. Because everything's on an iPhone or Android. There's no flashes. It's just nothing like the atmosphere. That's one of those things where you wish you're in the building for like an entrance like that.
Yeah, that's something I do miss. Is the flashes all over the place as people taking photos amongst all the signs.
Is there any entrances that stand out as like haha or like awful? Because I mean, like Jay, you mentioned Triple H, like the one year where he got burned at 29 for your Mania.
Yeah.
He hit this fucking castle thing, and there's like white powder that comes on him. He starts rubbing it off, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he got burned for real.
You know what? When Bailey did that Egyptian theme, what the hell was that?
Oh, that was awkward.
That was so weird. Like, where did
I think she was trying to emulate a Yu-Gi-Oh character or something like that. That's what it was.
Yeah, it kind of fell flat.
Because people are booing her. She's supposed to be the baby face. It's like she comes like as this Egyptian goddess. Like, no.
Weird. It was just so out of. I mean, yeah, she was doing some kind of cosplay shit. Okay, fine, but it was just out of character completely.
Yeah, like every entrance at 9 was just it was just like low budget. It just looked awful. Yeah, it was terrible.
Lex Luger posing in front of mirrors. Sparkles are going off, and they're hitting the models that are holding the mirrors.
Right.
It's like, ooh, that one's kind of rough.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker come out with a crow.
Like, with the crow, yeah,
it's weird. It's weird seeing Undertaker. Right.
Oh, vulture, yeah, right.
It was a bird prey, yeah.
And that's not cool. That's not including the 4 big muscle men there bringing them down to the ring. Like, what the fuck is happening here?
And he's just there with a big ass bird on his arm.
Right.
I just found it too. Hold on, over here crying because I was just looking at it. I'm like, wow, it's just fucking creepy and weird. Like, it's just.
I mean, it's weird enough when the Undertaker makes his entrance in like the white. Yeah.
Yeah. He was on a little pedestal, right? He wasn't even on his arm.
Right.
Like,
just Taker just standing there. I mean, it kind of makes sense. They were in the desert, right? And those were animals that lived out there in the desert, and he is the Undertaker. And he's supposed to be from the desert.
They're lucky that fucking bird didn't fly off and just like attack somebody in the crowd.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he was tied down to that thing.
Either tied down or
Pretty much.
medicated.
Medicated. He's just there like.
So now let's move on to matches. Matches that stand out for you guys. What do you got?
Can I take 1 second? I just need 1 second to step away, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll put it on pause. Hold on. For me, I always go with my classics when it comes to favorite matches of all time. I could always say the Seth and Randy match with the big finish when the RK with catching the RKO. I thought that was a phenomenal match. But I always go to my two go-tos. Number one, Jericho Shawn at Mania was probably one of the best matches I've seen in all time. But my number one would always be Savage Steamboat. That was my best classic ever. I mean, anytime I tell people if you're gonna watch something WrestleMania wise, that's the match that you have to watch.
Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of match you can see today, and it feels fresh, like it feels current. You know,
right? Yeah,
we were doing that match.
Hell, Randy took care of fucking Ultimate Warrior during that match as well, and he made Warrior look like a superstar. As a wrestler, to say he was already a superstar, but as a wrestler, he made him look good. So
yeah, absolutely.
Randy always was on when it came WrestleMania time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I agree. I actually would say like Randy versus the Ultimate Warrior is one of my favorite matches.
Mm-hmm.
Since childhood, only like the build up to it, the storyline behind it, everything that came out of it. It was just a tremendous match from start to finish. And I also liked, Brett versus Austin.
Yes.
Where they just said, "Oh, we can't bleed. Fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway." We'll just say it was a mistake. I mean, that match was tremendous.
There's a funny story about that because they were on Edge and Christian's podcast talking about the match, and Brett goes, "Do you want a blade?" And it goes, "Right, whip you off, and you tell me yes, I'm gonna do it, but there's no going back once that happens." And also, it's like, "Okay, cool, go do it." Mm-hmm. As he goes to whip him off, he's like, "Hold on, no, never mind." And then so when he comes back, he does it seamlessly, but it was pretty much like also was like, "I'm not sure if I can do this because I'm still new." And Vince says there's no bleeding thing. But it's like, "Oh, no, don't worry. I get away with it all the time. I'll make it look seamless."
Yeah. And now it's the most iconic, lasting image of not only that match, but of WWE in a whole. That is. Both Undertaker Shawn matches. They go down in history for me as well. Not to say it was the best match, but Shawn and Flair, the retirement match. It was because of the emotion of it that was tied to it. You connected so much with that match. It was just very compelling, and it drew a lot of people's eyes to the product as well. And not for nothing, Cody Roman last year with all things that popped up, just the way that the back and forth, will it happen? Is the story going to be completed? That match had everything on the line to say like, hey, whoever hasn't seen wrestling in a while got to come back and watch it now.
Yeah. Or even like the last Rhea Charlotte match.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
I'll say for me, special consideration for the Steamboat Savage match, but looking back on it, I have much appreciation for HBK and Razor at WrestleMania 10.
Oh yeah, yes, that was so great.
The story behind it though is like, it's like I get it. So the boys are like the Click was being the Click, but it's like when you take that, if you take that match away, you even cut it down. It's still the best ladder match, honestly, at WrestleMania. Just the fact they only used one ladder was funny too. I think, like when they rehearsing, it's like, we already need one. We don't need another one. It's like, okay, fine. Like,
Vince had an edict where he said that he didn't want the ladders to be used as weapons.
Right. I was going to say that.
Okay, we'll use it some other way then. Find a way around it.
Cut to Shawn, Scott, X-Pac, and Kevin Nash be like, how the fuck do we do a ladder match without using it as a weapon?
Yeah, and they were doing it like that for a while. They just used it as a tool to get to the belt.
Well, that, and like I said, it just so happened that the ladder was leaning up against the turnbuckle, and maybe I'll just throw him there. I didn't do it purposely; it was just there, and
right. And then he bounces off the ladder like that was. I still remember how cringing at that moment, like, oh
yeah.
Also, for WrestleMania 17, 2 matches. Honestly, TLC 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that spear edge gave Jeff Hardy. Jeff looked like a rag doll, just landing like fucking nothing.
That was scary.
And then Austin and Rock in the main event, and then like he just shook hands with the devil himself. Let's looking back on it, we'll get into. But I want to ask Jay about this. When you mentioned the Flair Shawn match, was it predictable that Shawn was going to win that match? Looking back on it, or at least you remember the lead up for it? Because I mean, for a match like Warrior and Savage, where it was like one of them's got to leave, like was it obvious Flair was going to lose to Shawn?
But it was, and I think everybody else knew it, that it was going to be that as well. That Rick was going to go out, which retirement is like nothing to professional wrestlers these days. But it was more of, okay, everybody knows he's gonna lose, but how is he gonna lose, and what is gonna look like? And when Shawn just put the French kiss on it, when he says, thank you and I love you, and he just hit him with the super kick, that was just it. That the sweet chin music, that was it. You just knew. And then of course, Ric Flair cries for anything, so he just wells up at any time. So that just tied it together in a whole as well. But when going back to Savage Warrior, I actually thought that Savage was going to win. I didn't really perceive it as something that because you read the dirts, that Warrior wasn't really liked. He was like, fuck it, he was gonna be out. But what came after was what made the whole reasoning for it be like, oh, now I see why it happened. Great.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, Ari still wells up to this day when she sees the video.
Yeah, it's just it was so beautifully executed. And
just
like
the whole build right now.
And the whole buildup of Elizabeth sitting in the crowd by herself. I don't know, like no one's seen her in so long, and they kept showing her back and forth, going back to her. She's there crying and stuff. It's just they did a really beautiful job building up that whole climactic ending with them reuniting.
What was your feeling at in Toronto with Rock Hogan, like when that whole thing happened? Because people have said that the energy for that was like nothing that they've ever felt before.
Like I said earlier, like I don't think I'll ever be able to feel any kind of that energy that came off of that, because everybody was just turned all the way up in the audience, in the crowd, like everybody. And I mean, I'm a big Rock fan, so I'm like, I'm not cheering for Hogan. And it was just like a little cluster of us, like some other guys there that were cheering for The Rock, but it just felt so one-sided at any point.
Like you're in the smallest corner of the sky.
Yeah, we're literally like across the stage. And we were just like, everyone else is going crazy for Hogan, booing The Rock like out of the building practically. But for me, the best part is just when they like stared at each other in the ring and they just spoke with their eyes to say, yeah, we got to flip this switch on this. We got to like switch roles. And they ran with it. And The Rock played the heel, Hogan played the face. And it was just
7 minutes they stood in that ring before action ever happened.
I forgot who tells the story, but like apparently like in rehearsal when like Rock wrote down like, okay, you turn to your left, I'll turn to my right. Like, I forgot which one of them said that, but looking back at it, like that's one of those moments, like unscripted moments where I said, "Fuck him." I mean, also too, Austin and Brett. I mean, everybody was supposed to cheer Brett and boo Austin. Austin comes out and gets a massive babyface cheer, and Brett comes out to boos. And even Brett had the reaction like, "What the fuck you booing me? What did I do?" I mean, you've been a crybaby.
I mean, you got to play the game with that point, as no pun intended. But once the fans have a certain reaction, you have to kind of roll with it. Right. And if you don't, you're not going to have the fans leaving happy.
Another one that I had an emotional connection with it because I was such a fan of him, and just saw how during that era, at that time, that they was so fucking with him, and you never knew that if he was gonna get his moment, was the fucking Daniel Bryan triple threat match. Like it was like, and then they fucking carted him out. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what we're gonna do now? And then he fights his way back, goes into the ring, and then and finally accomplishes the goal. The little man that could, even knowing that yes movement and how the fans really was invested with him, even months prior during that promo, and the fans wouldn't stop chanting for him, just knowing that people wanted to see him have that moment, and he got it. It was very much a probably top 5 match for me as well for Mania.
It's still insane that Daniel Bryan still says to this day that wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to be 3rd on the card against Sheamus.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be Punk and Triple H, Randy and Batista in the main event. That's how dead set they were going to be on those plans. Yeah. But one person walks out, takes his ball, goes home, and
changes everything.
Yeah, and they give the people what they want, which is like the most insane thing, because you would think they would want to give everybody what they want. Like you paid all this money to go to the show, and you're gonna walk out pissed off, crying. It doesn't make any sense.
Which leads to the shittiest matches of Mania of all time.
I mean, I will say, I wouldn't say the match is bad for me, but just the outcome. It's Triple H and Booker T from 19. Just the whole build up, and then you just pedigree, and it's like 45 seconds later you pin them. It's 1, 2, 3. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, those are the ones those are the saddest outcomes, but.
Or even like Yokozuna versus Brett. Yoko gets the win, and then Hogan comes out.
Hogan, my eyes. You want me to take his challenge?
Okay. No, my eyes. You want me to? Okay. Like, just so.
I think Brett recently just made comments about that, and I'm sure it wasn't really great. I'm sure it wasn't.
The first sentence was like, Hulk is a liar. Oh, we know that. Never mind. Don't read it anymore.
Like, we know this.
Oh man, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, Stone Cold special guest referee. Jesus, what a shitstorm that was.
That's one of those things where I need to ask you guys. Like, I always ask, like what was the internet buzz around that time? Because I wasn't privy to it, but it's like, did people know? Like I think because crowd reaction says it, but like, did you know watching it live? Like, oh, like Brock's about to go to play football, and Goldberg is done after the show. But was that ever like you guys even knew about that?
I did. I had been always on the fucking.
Yeah, I mean, the PW Insider existed back then, and Meltzer was around, and Raja had his thing, 411 Mania, and they were all around at that time. So yeah, they, we always had those damn dirt sheets ruining everything.
But was that something that you guys read before the match, like going into it? Like, okay, like what the hell's going to happen here?
Yeah, we were pretty privy to it. We knew it already.
Yeah. Okay. But not for that, they did redeem themselves at 33, Goldberg and Brock.
Did they?
I mean, it was better. I mean, pretty much just them two being the shit of each other.
Was it, though? Okay.
It wasn't that bad, honestly.
Any celebrity match was, except, I do have to say, Knoxville and fucking Sami Zayn was fucking hilarious. I
was going to say, what about Bad Bunny? It's his tag match.
Bad Bunny, yeah, he was good too. That was good too.
That was a decent match,
yeah. But like anything, Snooki related kind of things that we're not, not good.
Hell no.
Even in the early days, the Mr. T thing with Hogan, that shit was, you see it as a monumental event, but the match wasn't that good. It wasn't great. Fucking. It was Roddy and Orndorff who pulled that shit off. Anything else was like.
I will say for the Knoxville match, at least Sami Zayn played into like, okay, this is the Jackass dude. Let's just do all the Jackass stuff in a wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
When the big hand came out, I fucking cried. That shit took me out. I was done. I was like, oh, you know what? Because I wanted to hate it. I really wanted to hate this match, but I was like, Strange, kudos. You guys did a fucking amazing job with this
It's
silly.
just like, for me, I just felt like it was 20 years too late.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
because
you should've-
yeah, exactly.
It should have taken advantage of it in the early 2000s when Jackass was massive,
Right.
especially when Johnny Knoxville did a movie with The Rock back then too.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
Take
Yeah.
full advantage of having Johnny on WWE TV at the time.
Right. Yeah.
They never did. It was just, now you bring him when he's all old and gray.
It definitely felt something where it was like, wait, why are they bringing in Logan Paul? Why are they bringing in Johnny Knoxville? Like, who's hurt that they can't get a spot on the show?
Yeah.
You know, it was like Finn Balor is the U.S. champion. He's not getting on the show. Ricochet's a Continental champion, not getting on the show. I'm like, there's no spots for them. And I get it. WrestleMania has always had celebrities get involved.
Right.
But it's to that point where it's like, you're kind of taking a spot away from one of the people on the roster. I mean, if you want to put them in the stupid Andre Battle Royal, go fucking for it. Because then it's like you're in there with other schmucks.
Well, what do you
That's
think?
always been my argument. Like, why? Like, if you want to have celebrities, they can make appearances, but they
Right.
should not be in a wrestling ring having a match. That's
Well,
just.
you think about it now, Paul has now become a wrestler, but even in his first match was deemed a celebrity match, and you actually really goddamn good in that shit. So
I mean, because he actually did his work to
Yeah.
learn. He wanted to learn, so he did. But they throw some of these people in the ring, like the two guys from SNL, Colin Jost and when they came out with like the sweatpants and the short, like,
right.
why?
But again, it's one of those instances when you put them in the Battle Royal and you don't see them until the finish.
Yeah, they're hiding, they're cowering in the corner somewhere, buried under bodies.
I mean, when we talk about bad matches, I mean, do we have to include all of McMahon's matches?
Yes.
Vince, Shane, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, you know,
I mean, the street fights on 17 was kind of fun, just to see Shane punch his father in the face for real.
You know, like Shane, I'll give Shane credit because he was decent in the ring for somebody who had no idea what he was doing. He took his chances and his risks. So I mean, I wouldn't really count him, but Vince,
man could never take a stunner. As many times as he got hit with that shit, could never take a fucking stunner.
oh Lord, horrible.
I mean, I was watching the other day because I think they brought it up. It's like what I saw on 19 Hogan and McMahon, just two old men beating the shit out of each other.
Oh, how about the hair for hair match? Fucking Bobby Lashley versus Umaga, and then we got to get that whole gotta shave Vince's head.
I will say the match was not bad. It's just when you talk about Lashley and Umaga, that was like a perfectly fine wrestling match.
Right, but the whole thing
the whole
after
Trump and Vince
it's just, yeah.
What about Jay and Jimmy being a real massive letdown?
Oh, I didn't want to talk about that. Thank you for bringing up.
Meanwhile, before that, I thought Jeff and Matt had the worst brother versus brother WrestleMania match, but Jay and Jimmy definitely topped it.
Like, damn, guys, what happened?
Yeah.
Super kick after super kick. Hey, honey, get off your damn phone.
All you have to do is look at your brothers. Look at brothers matches. Look at Brett versus fucking Owen, and you'd be like, "That's a brothers match." Like, try to emulate that. Yes.
Thank you for bringing that up. That's a match that kind of fell off my radar.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic match.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Owen rolled him up and won it.
Wow.
Then Brett fought twice that night, didn't he?
Fought twice that night. Yeah.
He was in the opener, and he ended the show.
And he closed it. Yeah.
He lost to Owen in the first match, and then beat Yoko on the main.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And looking back, if you could change the booking too, which we'll get to the next thing for Mania, but I mean, Brett and Owen, it was a great opener, but it should have been Owen and Brett in the main event for the title.
Oh God!
You could have done Yoko and Lex in the card earlier, and that's stupid feud with the Lex Express, but that's one of those things too. But any WrestleMania matches,
Lex Express.
I meant to say Lex Express, but it was definitely the Less Express. But
Less Express.
but any matches barring people who died that year or injuries, what is there any WrestleMania matches that if you could go back and change?
I'm thinking. Well, yeah, Triple H and Booker T. Booker T should have won that match. That one was like that. That should have been the definitely win. By the way, the fucking Rollins cash in on Roman and Brock match. another epic shit that happened as well. That shit was great.
Yeah, I wouldn't change that.
No, I wouldn't change that, but that's another epic one.
I will say, if the man didn't die that year, I would have loved to see Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero at 22, because that was the rumored match to happen. So this would have been like a born again Christian storyline where like Eddie's like pretending to be like he's on the good side, but then Shawn confronts him. I mean, just the two best wrestlers in the world at that point.
Yeah, that would have been such a banger match.
But instead we got Shawn and Vince. Just Shawn being up his boss for like a couple minutes.
Yeah, we mentioned it. I hated the Bret Hart Yokozuna finish with Hulk Hogan coming out. That was fucking. I think everybody knew that shit to bed.
Bret should have just never lost that match. Period.
Right.
Should have retained, and they made him lose just so that he wouldn't have to take the fall for Hogan. Fine, but still, that was just, and that was an injustice to Yoko too.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to. I don't any other ones that.
What about?
I got it. Undertaker should have never lost.
Yeah,
should have never lost.
I agree. 100%.
And if it was, why do it with Brock? It's such a shitty move. Undertaker, the streak should have never been broken with Brock. If you were gonna do it to somebody who were gonna elevate, not Brock.
I'll go one step further with that. His match with Triple H and then all three standing at the top of the ramp. That should have been the end. That should have been it for Taker at that point.
Should have been in for everybody.
but I'm saying because everybody loves to see a Punk match the following year, but it's like it should have stopped at 20-0.
Yeah.
I know Ari started live, but what if it was Austin versus Hogan? The dream match that a lot of people wanted to see, the start of the Attitude Era,
right?
Versus versus Hulk Hogan,
right? That would have been epic.
or the reason why Austin went home, it should have had Austin at Brock at WrestleMania. That's what he wanted. He wanted that to be a pay-per-view match. He wanted that to be the build-up match. Hell, he would have passed the torch to him during that time because he was thinking about going out the door anyway. So that would have been an epic moment there.
Yeah. Also,
it was going to be a random King of the Ring qualifier for Brock just to beat Austin.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Also, I think Sting never should have lost to Triple H.
Yes, that's a good one as well. Yeah.
What a waste! You bring this man in just to take the freaking fall. Like, he should have won that.
Once again,
bullshit, the NWO, and then here comes Shawn Michaels, and it's always horrible when Sledgehammer pedigree. It's over, and then they shook hands, gave each other hugs, and what the fuck?
Yeah, Triple H wouldn't have lost anything by taking that fall. He wouldn't have lost a damn thing.
But that's Vince wanted to make sure. Listen, you brought the company out already. We know you won. At least
it's been years already, dude.
Yeah, do the guy a solid.
He's a legend. That's why I'm glad that they did the right thing with him and with his retirement.
Yeah, Triple H. Like you said, I don't even think he would have cared if he did take the win. Take the loss.
I would have been more than thrilled to do it. Like I got to lose Sting. Yeah, why not? Like right.
Or the match that we never got to see, Taker versus Sting. Never got to see it at Mania.
Man, that's a waste. It was a waste.
Yeah.
And then finally, to close out this conversation about the history of WrestleMania, who is your Mr. WrestleMania?
That will be me.
And bonus, I'll ask you, who do you think will be Miss WrestleMania?
Sean had bangers. Like there is no denying Sean had bangers, and he is WrestleMania.
Considering he does his win streak, his win-loss streak is pretty terrible at WrestleMania. But again, he didn't lose anything by losing.
Right.
I mean, definitely.
I have to say for the day and age, and we're gonna see a main event this year. Cena is he's getting he's giving and taking at Mania, so I have to tip my cap and say Cena will get it as well.
Yeah,
really?
The Undertaker too.
Taker,
And for Miss Mania, I could see Rhea becoming a Miss Mania.
Right.
Yeah, they're pretty much stacking it to make sure that she gets a Miss Mania moment. I guess because of longevity, you could say Bayley. Bayley's been showing, she shows up. She's gonna get another Mania match. she's always in tags now anyway, so it's like she only had her one scene.
I can't believe they're doing that tag match and not have Lyra defending her belt, but whatever.
Yeah,
save that for predictions later in the week.
I know, but it's very frustrating to see this.
But yeah, of course they're gonna give it to the Golden Goose. They're gonna say Charlotte was it's Mania, but not for nothing. To be determined when she does come back. Becky has always been also very solid at Manias as well. So
and Bianca. I mean, they all kind of had their turns,
Right. I mean, Bianca is definitely my pick for someone that got crowned Miss WrestleMania. Because, I mean, I think every Mania she's been at, she's won a belt.
Right. So far.
She broke ground with, like, the main event, 2 black women wrestling together in a main event.
Right.
Yeah.
And then for the men, it's definitely close with Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Undertaker with the wins and the match quality, but also Shawn when he went out there. He went out there for every Mania he was there. I mean, 5-star matches with Kurt Angle, the triple threat with Triple H and Chris Benoit. I mean, his matches with Brett. All of them stand the test of time. And then, and this is the last thing to bring up because you mentioned the win streak. Besides Undertaker's 21 or 22 wins, who do you think is second?
Isn't it like
it's a 3-way tie?
Win?
It's a 3-way tie because these 3 have 10 wins each.
Oh, is Triple H in there?
Yep.
Okay, I know Triple H. He's another one that should be considered Mr. WrestleMania as well. Triple H.
Yeah.
Cena. Cena. And who would be 3?
Rock?
No. Rock wasn't around for that long.
That's true. He's so in and out.
Ed?
Yep.
Hey!
Edge, John Cena, and Triple H all have 10 wins each. Well, think about it too, because Edge was in a lot of tag matches at Mania.
Right. TLCs and stuff.
Yeah. So, interesting facts about WrestleMania that we just talked about here today. And now we have WrestleMania 41.
I do got one question for you guys. Biggest moment that you guys saw on a Raw after Mania?
Oh God, I can't remember any of this shit.
You have Brock return. You have Brock Lesnar's return.
Right. I will say, because I wasn't privy to the dirt sheets at the time, but hearing his music and him come out, I definitely had a little mark out moment because I was like, holy shit, it's Brock Lesnar. We covered it on this week in wrestling history, but I still can't forget. I will never forget the Ric Flair retirement thing. But when everybody came out and then the Undertaker came out, I still love that moment.
Yeah. I have it on the rundown, so I'll give you mine once you see the rundown.
Because I mean, the last few years when it comes to the Raw after WrestleMania, it's always like crazy football chants, like as Jay refers to them, and just like the people that's. I think I hate when WWE embrace it because it's like this is the night when people are cheering the heels and booing the baby face. It's like don't acknowledge it. We just play along, assholes.
Oh man, please! When Fandango debuted at Raw after Mania, the crowd was losing their shit. It was hilarious. It was hilarious how much that dude caught fire.
Wow, it's insane. Just the stupidest thing could get over on one night.
Yeah.
and then I think it was like the week after, like on iTunes, Fandango song was the most downloaded song
right
that week.
So silly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much it for this. I mean, it's interesting you brought that up because, like I said, there's no real specific moments, just like overall show feeling. I mean. We talk about the WrestleMania in Hollywood, the Raw afterwards, when they rewrote the show halfway through.
Yeah, because the old man had to come back to show off.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say just like the last few years, the Raw after Mania hasn't really been that impactful.
Nah.
And I know it's supposed to be like a hard reset for the new year. Like this is their year now, you know. But very disappointing because you go in with high hopes, like, ooh, what's going to happen with the fallout that happened yesterday?
Right.
Because Wrestlemania is technically supposed to be the fault, like the culmination of all these storylines.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Technically.
Yeah, they're end of year.
Right. Because then afterwards, it's a whole new beginning. I mean, because then the draft comes up, people switch shows,
Backlash,
new faces start popping up.
Like Backlash kind of cleans up any little loose ends, and then
right
on to the next one.
Very much. I mean, a lot of people have said that this build feels like more like a Backlash than a WrestleMania.
Yeah. I have more, and I'll discuss later on, but I have more of a positive outlook to it as opposed to build up might be shit, but I think the wrestlers are gonna have a hell of a time to put some banger matches out there. So that's the only thing that I'm looking forward to.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Especially from your boy, Ari.
Yeah.
See,
yeah. That's gonna be Drew and Damien, and I mean, I almost feel like the match needs a stipulation at this point with the way they've been killing each other every week.
They did.
Wait, what is it? I didn't watch SmackDown.
It's a Sin City Street Fight.
Sin City Street Fight.
There we go.
I mean, there was one match on the show that has to have a hardcore gimmick, and this is going to be the one.
Yep, every mania now has to have a hardcore gimmick.
Yeah, all right, cool. That's going to be sick.
And before we go into this week in wrestling history, I want to just bring up, because I was looking into it, like the significance of the cross. She said he just wears a cross.
Yeah, it's just a cross.
There's no family fucking meaning behind it. It's just,
like I said, he probably bought it at Hot Topic.
Just the picture, his face is just like oh my god, Drew, don't. He just like steals.
That was amazing. He's been taking acting lessons, I think.
You should have carried him and been like, that man stole my chain, arrest him.
Have you got, like, just one quick little last question, but is there a moment that you guys may have missed because you went to another room?
For Mania specifically?
Yeah. They always say that you're in the kitchen getting some food and you hear the music hit and you're like, oh shit.
I'm trying. I can't think of one right now, but I know it probably happened a couple of times. I know it did. I just can't think of one right now.
I will say for my friend who had to go to the bathroom really bad during the Cody Roman match, and when the gong hit, you just get the instant flush. Hold on, I'll be out there in a second.
Yeah. For me, I didn't leave the room, but I was watching Mania and I was kind of bored with it. So I changed the channel, or I changed to the app. And within 15, 20 seconds, I get text from both my brother and my nephew like, are you watching WrestleMania? The Hardy Boys are back. And I'm like, no! That I was watching. Oh, you don't know. I kicked myself in the ass. I'm like, why didn't I just wait a few more seconds? Literally a few more seconds. Like, I think as soon as I backed out of the network, they came out.
Listen,
I missed that.
You
whole
gotta
moment.
go. You gotta go.
But I just was out of boredom. I was like, I'm not feeling this Mania this year. I'll watch the rest later. Duh, Adi.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think it was more of like at that point of the show, like I was like tired and just fell asleep. I fell asleep before Brock beat Taker. Like I was just completely tired. I just said, "Fuck, I'm going to bed." Damn.
What a moment to miss.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe what a moment to miss. A good thing you slept through it.
I woke up in the morning with the headlines. I'm thinking, wait a minute, no way, no. Yeah. And then I go back and watch. I'm like, really?
Oh man.
But that is it for talking about WrestleMania. But now it is time for this week in wrestling history.
History and Headlocks presents This Week in Wrestling History.
And everybody take notice that that's going to be the last time that drop will be placed perfectly timed on this.
Why?
Because sometimes we say it, sometimes it's a delay. Like we have to wait a few minutes. All
right. Listen, it's just because I'm showcasing my skills of multitasking. All right.
I'm going after you.
Whatever.
I'm going after you because you made that stupid comment. Like I'm the one that turns the light on in the fucking orgy.
Aye.
That went so over at the bar yesterday. They were fucking crying at Alex. Yo, shout out to Michael and his son, bro. Those dudes are fucking hilarious, bro. That went so over.
So I'll take this one, and then Ari takes the next one. We'll go back and forth. This week in April 6, 2014, Brock Lesnar defeated The Undertaker. The Undertaker's famous WrestleMania winning streak ran from 1991 and hit 21-0 before this loss. The outcome of this match was genuinely one of the biggest shocks in WrestleMania history. Everybody also remembers the black guy whose eyes almost popped out of his head.
Mouth hanging open.
Because everybody says like they're way, because there was also a delay too, because there wasn't a immediate announcement like, here is your winner.
Yeah.
Like the bell rang, and then everybody was like, there's no music playing. It was like everybody was like kind of waiting for like somebody to come out here and say like do some bullshit like this match restarts. But it was like no, just wait for the delay, because it was like I think they waited like 5 seconds afterwards, because then all of a sudden you just see 21-1 on the screens.
Yeah.
That little so heartbreaking.
I was so pissed. I had people over at our house that day, right? And once again, I'm bringing him up, and I'm just texting him now because he's getting hyped about his upcoming conversation with me. Louis Coyote was saying, he's like, Undertaker's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. I'm like, would you shut the fuck up?
Can you imagine if betting was?
And as soon as it happened, I told you. No, can you imagine if they had betting at that time?
No, like I said, and people bet Brock, and people just like you just in a room of people like people that want Undertaker to win, and you just have that one schmuck like, I won $1,000 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell you one thing, I should have bet on that Goldberg Bray Wyatt match. I definitely would have. I'd have definitely. Mike's still mad about that shit.
Ari, next up.
Yep. On April 7th, 1986, WrestleMania 2 took place on a Monday night in 3 different locations, each presenting the pay-per-view for an hour and watching the other 2 hours on big screens. A combined 40,085 fans watched in the venues at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Uniondale, New York, the Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois, and the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena in Los Angeles, California.
Shittiest mania of all time. Shittiest mania.
A very small number of people between 3 arenas.
Horrible.
Can we refer to this as like the first attempt at a Monday Night Raw?
Right.
Right.
I mean,
not 1, not 2, but 3 different locations.
Well, technically, didn't they do a couple years ago when they ran the Manhattan Center and Barclays at the same time?
Yeah, for the anniversary show, yeah.
Right.
They did that.
Apparently, people that went to the Manhattan Center, all they saw was 205 live matches and then a random Raw match. Yeah.
They like, it was like you were watching it from. It was like another like fucking simulcast that they were having there and shit. Like, yeah. Didn't they get like one of the segments wasn't like the NWO segment or some shit like that?
Yeah, the DX come out, and then the
DX
Hall came out. Battle
Yeah.
Club came out, and they all did the 2 sweep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What a mess. What a mess.
You know what it is, too? It's a good thing this is done with. This was the most annoying thing if you ever went out in public at a wrestling show, because they'd be like, oh, let's too sweet each other. Like, don't touch me.
No.
If I were too sweet you, I'll too sweet you.
I got your too sweet right here, motherfucker.
That was the best. When they started doing that for the people like,
yo, they would get
yes.
Yeah. I had on my Bullet Club shirt one day, like I had on today, and we were coming out the train, and fucking Matt, the guy saw it, he was coming in, he saw it, he went to Too Sweet Me, and I did the whole shit. I went like this, and we went in, he noticed what the fuck I did. I went. The guy wanted to run out the fucking door of the train, but the door had already closed on him.
That's funny.
Next up, same day in this week's history, in 2013, WrestleMania 29 was held at the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, in front of 80,676 fans, and just over 1 million homes tuning in on pay-per-view.
Wow.
like I said, Undertaker's entrance. That night we were there. There was a line to go into the men's bathroom. It was long as shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to like maneuver my way because everybody kept jumping off to go to the bathroom, whatever, right? So when I got to the bathroom, did what I had to do. When I was coming out the exit way, some dude ran into the exit through the exit door. And it's like, I'm a heel, and just went to use the bathroom. I was like,
you mentioned the Undertaker sections. Just I always love when they brought out In Living Color for Punk sections.
Yeah.
And there's people in it that go, the lead singer's black?
Yeah, like nobody knew. Like, yes, the whole band is black. Like, hello.
But it's also too is that the singer had he mistimed it.
Yeah.
So he missed the cue. He's like, look at my eyes! What do you see? Oh my god. It was like one shit.
It was hilarious though. Cold as shit that day too. Oof, it was fucking cold.
There was a reason why Punk came out of the hoodie. He was like, I'm not taking this shit off until my match starts.
Yeah, fucking cold that day. We had a blanket and everything. We was prepared that day.
Brutal.
Next up.
All right. 2019, same day, WrestleMania 35 took place at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, in front of 82,265 fans. There were 4 matches on the kickoff show. Then the main pay-per-view featured the first ever women's main event match in WrestleMania history.
So I put these two on because I said this is the first time I think it ever happened that it was years apart that 2 Manias happened in the same city, on the same day.
Oh yeah.
Only 6 years too.
Yeah, I had the worst fucking luck that day. We were already at the peak of the stadium, right? It wasn't bad though; it was fine. But there was a guy that was coming up the staircase. Motherfucker had spikes this goddamn high, like they were like everywhere. I said, "Watch this fucking asshole sit right in front of me." I said, "What?" Sure enough, bloop, right there in front of me. I said, "Damn it!"
Yeah.
I said it loud as fuck. I said, "Damn it!"
I love you telling the story because you looked at Matt and you go, "Watch this."
Yeah, exactly.
They sat in front of you, and they started losing their minds.
I said, "Watch this," and as soon as I saw that fucker, I wanted to party it. I wanted to open it up and just like party so I could see through it and shit. Motherfucker.
I had a slightly similar story at 20. Where we got comped because we knew a photographer that was working the show.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you.
So, yeah, that was great. And we're sitting there, and there's like a father with 2 little boys sitting in front of us. And then I see the little boys unraveling a sign. And I see it says, the person behind me can't see. And I'm like, is he really going to do this?
Is that what the sign said?
Yeah. He holds it up. And I'm like, this little son of a bitch. So I looked at my friend, and she was like, and I'm like, no. So I tapped his little shoulder. I went, he looks at me with his big blue eyes. And I'm like, you're right. The person behind you can't see. And I paid a lot of money to watch this show. Just like your daddy paid a lot of money for you to watch this show. So can you please put the sign down?
What did the sign say?
The person behind me can't see.
It's such a 2K sign.
I was going to say, like Jay, you and me play video games. We definitely see that sign as an option.
That's such a 2K sign.
And then his father looks at him and he goes, I told you that sign wasn't a good idea. And I wanted to be like, and why the hell did you let him come in with a sign? He was like 7 years old.
You have to beat up a 7-year-old.
I'd have pulled out my box cutter and made a circle in the middle of it, punched a hole in it and watching the
But the sign went down, and then like my friend had the audacity to look at me like I was the one at fault. Like, excuse me, I'm trying to watch the show. I don't care if that was a child. That wasn't rude to him.
Listen, you little bitch. Put that shit down.
I was as cute as I could be with sure that he knew I was serious.
What the fuck? Where is that kid at now?
I know, right?
Kid is probably in jail.
20-something years old now. Easy.
He's a part of our government. Next up, April 8th, 2013. Dolph Ziggler cashed in his Money in the Bank opportunity. of changing the briefcase to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Alberto Del Rio on the night after WrestleMania 29 on WWE Raw from East Rutherford, New Jersey. Also, Wade Barrett pinned The Miz to win the Intercontinental Championship.
Greatest Raw moment ever. I was there for it live. Never heard a pop like that in the history of wrestling that I've ever been in. It was ear shattering. I thankfully Sully had on headphones. It was amazing.
If you could bottle that reaction.
Oh my god, the whole, like, you felt the whole arena shake when it happened. Once everybody was like, we saw what was unfolding, and everybody just started chanting for Dolph to come out. And once the music, oh yeah, this, yo, the whole fucking, when they say the roof came off, it felt like that. It was crazy.
Watching it live at home, it was definitely like, it was like Austin era. Like it was like oh my god, he's like the conquering hero is about to come save us from this horse shit. Well, like the up and comer is about to get the belt finally.
Wow.
And that's when I earned my first Slammy, because they want to slam me for that. So I got my first Slammy that night. I was there.
And you don't have it in your apartment.
You do not know where it is, and I'm not telling you if I do have it or not. So,
it would be amazing if they looked through like who bought a ticket that night and they sent like a little trophy to you, like, here you go, here's a little Slammy.
Well, they did give the crowd after Mania a Slammy, because that was like I said, they were doing the Fandango chants, and Cena came out after the show, and he got the mic and he said, really? Fandango? Really? And the crowd just popped, and he says, you know what? Let's give them what they want. Guy in the truck hit his music, and and everybody was walking out the building doing the dance.
There's a lot of things I remember from that show where like that was like the first Raw after Mania of like several where like Mark Henry would come out and everybody was singing whoa hey, like singing along with a song.
Yeah,
the famous Sheamus Randy Orton match where everybody was chanting for everybody else except them two.
Except them two, yeah.
It was like Randy Savage chants, JBL chants, Michael Cole chants.
Yeah, that whole crowd. They were all from overseas, and that whole shit. When I tell you that they know how to make a song up quick, they'll make a song up at that moment. They know how to put it together.
And then the main event thing, which nobody really wants to remember, Ryback turns heel and he gets the biggest pop, one of the biggest pops of the night.
Yeah.
I wonder what the Ryback's doing these days.
I wonder.
Next up.
2014, same day. James Bryan Hellwig, better known as the Ultimate Warrior, passed away from a heart attack, age 54, in Scottsdale, Arizona. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame and made an appearance at WrestleMania 30 over the preceding weekend, and made his final public appearance on WWE Raw the night before his passing. The Ultimate Warrior is one of the most recognizable superstars for long-term wrestling fans, in particular from his height of popularity during the late 80s and early 90s. In the WWE, he held the Intercontinental title on 2 occasions and defeated Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 6 in Toronto. Which is something I was going to bring up.
That was the creepiest shit, especially after his
it was eerie.
Right perfect.
Ooh,
right perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because even like we know how his promos and speeches would go very over our heads most of the time. but the
line in this promo,
everyone. Yeah, like that was a promo that hit everybody. Like like everybody felt.
When every man takes their final breath, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, and then for that to have, and then it happened in front of his family. No, like they were at the airport or something.
Yeah, his family. Yeah, it's crazy. I believe there was they were there. Yeah, it's wow. Then after all that shit, he had such a bad relationship, and they fucking were able to mend fences with him, and then they brought him back to do the induction, and then poof, wow, crazy.
Yeah.
But think about it, they rolled out the red carpet for this dude. I mean, he requested Linda McMahon to induct him. That was Linda's first appearance since doing politics at that point.
Right.
And then he's there. He's talking to Jake and talking to Hulk Hogan. Like they showed film like apologizing to each other, whether real or fake, or who's in the wrong. They did all that.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out on Raw, and I definitely looking back, it definitely seemed off. Like there was something wrong with him
He
at
was,
that
he
point.
was sweating a lot. I remember he was like,
Shaking.
Deep breathing. Yeah.
And then he put the mask on. It was like even creepy. It was like, oh, okay.
I know.
And then I think about this alone for his career, 2 IC titles and 1 world title, and that's it.
That's it. But I was gonna say, like, that match with Hogan, we didn't bring it up earlier, but that was a massive match.
Yeah.
Massive match.
Just pull up the gif of Hogan doing the wrestling. It looks like he's blowing them. It's like, oh.
WrestleMania 6. Yeah.
And the head shaking.
I tell you, Otter, you and I are going to have some conversation later. We're all going to talk later.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
It's just like, it's still so funny. 2 grown men. No.
Oh, God, wrestling can be so gay sometimes.
Next up. On April 9th, 2019, the Hardy Boys defeated the Usos to win the SmackDown Tag Team titles on an episode of SmackDown Live from the Barclays Center in New York City. That was definitely a match that should have been on Mania that year.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Usos faced the Bar and 2 random teams. It was like Aleister and Ricochet and Rusev and Shinsuke. Like, why can't you just do like a triple threat with the Usos, the Bar, and the Hardys?
Or take advantage. Brothers versus brothers. Like, that's just the race itself.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I don't know. This kind of scoops what's going on today with the current tag team title situation. Which a tag team match will not be on the show, but something else is. Nothing.
Interesting.
Yep. Next up.
April 10, 2009, Tori Wilson used her MySpace profile to announce her retirement from professional wrestling. People were still using MySpace in 2009?
I only put this one up there because of the MySpace reference. I'm like, wow.
I shouldn't have Facebook yet.
Right? Tom was still everybody's first friend. Remember, Tom, we miss you.
I know. I mean, I'll say MySpace, man. MySpace was awesome.
Have you ever looked at your old MySpace?
You can. It's not even the same anymore.
It's not.
Weird music-driven thing now. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's more like the musicians or comedians. They use it more now.
I lost all my awesome pictures I had up there. I was like, damn, I had so many great pictures from shows back then. Shit.
Oh, man, you had to put your profile together. You wanted to put the pictures you want and the music background that you had.
The top 8.
Your top 8? Who viewed your page? It was like,
and then if you take somebody out your top 8 or you lower them on the rank, they're like, why did you lower me on your rank? Why am I not number 1? Like, sorry.
Thank God I wasn't a part of that.
It was fun.
No. Yeah, it was cool. It was just goofy.
Yeah, fun fact, Jimmy Jacobs introduced me to MySpace.
Oh, next up, in April 11, 2011, the night after defeating Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 27 to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Edge announced he would be forced to retire immediately due to serious neck injury. He would return to action at the 2020 Royal Rumble. I will say, watching live where he announced he's done, it was definitely one of those like sad moments watching as a fan. It was just like, wait, what? Like,
I welled up.
The fuck?
I know. Like, so young and.
All right.
Only a few moments that I welled up for people in wrestling. Owen,
Eddie,
Edge, and Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only moments.
Right. And it was one of those things where I was like, no, this can't be happening. Like, you just wrestled the night before. You're fine. Like, at least in my mind, but it was like the next stuff.
But that was the shit when the news reports went out. Everybody was like, "Nah, that can't be real. Are you serious?" And no. Mm-hmm. And then, sure enough, the end of the show closed, and it was like, "Fuck."
Mm-hmm.
That and the news story Sorry.
We just-
But that when you found out that Roman had like a battle
Oh.
with leukemia,
Ooh.
you were like, "Holy shit, is that real? Like, what the?"
Right.
And that opened the show. You was like, "What the fuck?"
I think
Yeah.
the Edge thing was in the middle of the show too.
No, wasn't it there? I thought he closed it.
No, it was in
Thought
the
he-
middle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because
Yeah,
I think because the end of the show was when they, I think they made an official for Roxy in the next year.
right. Yeah,
But yeah, because then because once I did that, he was in the back, like, and I said goodbye, Randy, out of character, goodbye. It was like, and then like that whole month was pretty much like Edge. Like they showed the company showed love for Edge, documentaries, interviews, the whole 9 yards. And then 2020, he made a surprising return, and I think a lot of us were skeptical about it, but it's also
oh,
like,
I pop for that shit.
but it's like also Daniel Bryan made his comeback. Why not Edge? So
Yeah,
he came back, and now everybody thinks he should just go back into retirement because they're so pissed off about everything. Because he's like he wants to book himself over. Meanwhile, it's like it was revealed like Finn should have won that Hell in a Cell match years ago,
Right.
Mania against him,
Mhm.
but it says 10 wins at WrestleMania. So fuck you. I don't know. This is definitely the most polarizing run of his career.
yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
But next up,
All right.
this is perfect for Ari. I'm sorry.
Sure, yeah. Same
Sorry.
day, 2014, WWE stars Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella marry in Sedona, Arizona.
Aww.
Cute. Hey, listen, they're a cute couple. They have beautiful kids.
Yeah,
They seem happy with each other.
I
You know?
think
Work
to
out for
this day, everybody's like, the greatest wrestler in the world married a Bella. What the fuck does he see in her? It's like one of those weird relationships where it's like
Well, their
it doesn't
anniversary
make any
passed.
sense.
Their anniversary just passed 2 days ago.
yeah.
They're still
that.
together.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
2 kids.
Yeah, little boy, little girl. That little guy is his clone.
Right.
The cutest little thing.
I forgot which wrestler he said. Somebody on the roster though, but I think the fuck was it? I think he said Danhausen is his favorite wrestler in the world.
Probably.
Yeah, his son said that.
He was cute when Brian Danielson won the belt from Swerve, and he was like in the ring, like
Running around, wants to wrestle.
I was like, yeah, this kid's gonna be the future, second
A menace.
generation Danielson, a menace.
And little Birdie too.
Oh, she's so cute, pretty little girl.
Jay, any comments about this?
No, don't care. I'm all right.
Yeah,
I hate love.
Sounds like a
I hate
bitter man
love.
that's been through a divorce.
damn.
I hate everybody who's in love. I hate love. Period.
and now Jay gets revenge because now he gives us the sad bullshit.
This is the greatest. No. I miss that song. That's my song.
April 12th, 1987. One of the fabled Von Erich wrestling family, Mike Von Erich, committed suicide at the age of 23.
Man,
Jeez.
such a baby.
Here comes the dark days. Did you guys ever watch the movie?
Yes.
I haven't. I feel I can't bring myself to watch it.
It's depressing. It is depressing, but it's actually a really good movie though.
I know. It's
yeah.
just.
Everybody who was in did a fabulous job.
Yeah.
I gotta be in a mood to sit there and watch it. When I need to cry my eyes out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, the end, you're gonna. Oh Lord,
It's over.
Yeah.
The waterworks are completely on for the finale.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, good, but really done well. Good movie.
It's still one of those weird things where I'm like Zac Efron, who was in those High School Musical movies for Disney Channels, the Texas Tornado, Carrie Von Erich. I'm like, okay, and I'm supposed to be okay with this.
Oh, he played Kevin. He played Kevin.
It was Kevin.
They should have flipped. He should have played Kerry, and then Lip from Shameless should have played. He should have played Kevin because he's so lanky.
But the crazy thing is that I'm looking at his hair and I'm going, that looks like the hair they put on the Incredible Hulk from the 70s. That looks like the Lou Ferrigno wig hair that they put on.
Or like He-Man.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Or
that helmet.
Or the weird actor, or the actor they picked to play Ric Flair, and it looked nothing like Ric Flair at all.
And Bruiser Brody was like a fidget, like he was mad little. I was like, do we not know?
The actor who played the father, though, Fritz, he looked a lot like him.
Yeah, but they when you watch the movie, they made him like a real fucking asshole, but that's not what he really was in real life.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There was a certain things that they took apart that was like,
for drama.
Yeah.
A lot of movies do that though with the when they talk about the father. Like I mean, I remember the Jackson's movie. They made the father out to be a real prick.
Oh, he
was an asshole. What are you talking about? He was an asshole.
Yeah, but I wasn't aware. Like, I wasn't aware of what the father was. But
you hear his stories, it's like, what a son of a bitch.
Yeah,
right.
He broke Michael's psyche.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Last up.
Yep. 2016. Former ECW star Balls Mahoney died of a heart attack at the age of 44. Damn. All right. Yeah, poor Balls, man. He was such a nice guy.
Balls, I met him a couple of times at HOG. Really nice dude, right? But you kind of knew that there was a lot going on with him, health-wise. Wow. And it was kind of sad because he was taking gigs and he wasn't in the same ring shape like he used to be. I mean, he was always big, but like you could tell that he was a little bit out of step and such. So, the demons were still with him as well, man. But Balls, like I said, when we met him, he was a good dude, real good dude.
Yeah, very, very sweet guy.
Yeah. For us wrestling fans, we remember him as the sweet guy, but also the guy at least that would swing a chair at people's heads.
Oh yeah,
as hard as he was. But I think for like mainstream people would probably know him as the dude that took a chair shot to the head and then said, "Hold on," and threw up in the middle of the ring. That was probably the most. It was so sad to see.
Yeah, man.
I always thought that he was the guy who played the demonic Santa Claus in WWF back in the days. You ever seen that guy?
Yeah.
What? That was him.
That was him.
Was that him?
That was
Santa Claus. Yeah, look at that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When Ted DiBiase bought out Santa.
What was it? Chris Kringle or was it something like that? Was it
Santa Claus?
Santa Claus.
Yeah. Santa Claus, my lord.
Evil Santa. And then I think he no-showed one event and then he got fired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my God, he was only 44. I'm 44. Like, that's what kills me. Like, you see that age and I'm like, he didn't look anywhere near that young because of everything he put himself through. But like, damn, man.
But also, you weren't doing
his chair shots and God knows what else. Yeah, it's
if he had one tooth in his head, I would have been surprised.
I mean, he was a big teddy bear, though.
Of course,
he really was.
It's always like the weird, off-looking people that are the nicest people too.
Yeah, like Mick Foley. Like you see him, and he's a doll in person, you know?
Yes.
I mean, we know this about him, though.
Yeah, I mean, who's also a doll? Our guest, Jay Santy, who thank you for joining us this week, sir.
Yay!
Once again, thank you. Well, congratulations on reaching 500 episodes for me, and as I'll speak for myself, for you letting me come onto your platform, talk wrestling with you. Very much appreciate that. Thank you for giving us this platform to do what we do.
No, man, you guys are awesome, man. You guys make the job easy. And, it's like it's not pulling teeth, it's not rocket science, it's not dentistry. You guys make it so much awesome to go through the context and stuff. No, I do have a couple of divas on the network, but that's all right. It's fine. But it's all cool though, because everything at the end of the day is to better the product, better the network, better the shows and such, and just want to keep grinding to make sure that we get to certain goals for every time we're out here. And you guys do an awesome job here at History and Headlocks, and everybody should listen and be a part of that as well.
So where can everybody find Turnbuckle Tabloid, sir?
Well, since you are asking, sir, you can find us on all the podcasting outlets available. Believe me, I know because I check. We're everywhere. I mean, we're clicking and grinding everywhere. Shout out to the boss Rich at RageWorks.net to make sure that the content from Turnbuckle Tabloid is out there all the time, cranking it out, doing it big. all social media outlets. Make sure you check us out on the Facebook, on the Instagrams, and Turnbuckle tab, on the YouTube pages, and also make sure you check us out on the TikTok. We'll be doing lives again soon enough. I just wanted to make sure that everything else was rationed out with my rig and everything. But everything's is back. We're good to go. I don't have all my effects with everything, but that's all right. I explained all that in a previous episode. You guys check out 500th episode is out. Download and subscribe. Be a part of the vibe of Turnbuckle Tabloid, and also make sure you check us out on, of course, here at New York Wrestlemania. Subscribe, like, be a part of it, and we got pretty people here, right, Ari?
Okay, Mike. He's like, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
And lastly, Ariana, where can people find our Instagram?
Okay. Geez, I'm still trying to remember the full name.
Because now we're adding more to our intros and outros. So
yeah, we got a whole lot going on. Well, you can find me at Ariana Not the Grande at Instagram, and then our new channel, our new IG, History and Headlocks, is at NYWM_History Headlocks. Right.
Perfect.
Oh, awesome. Great.
Yeah. And if you want to follow me personally, M_Santino530. And like Jay said, New York Wrestlemania on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe for more content like from us during this announcers table. And new interview just dropped with me talking with Arispara one-on-one. And she had a lot on her mind, which was a very, very informative episode.
Oh, yeah.
But more interviews to come out like that.
Adorable. She was adorable.
She is. Very cute kid.
Definitely want to have her back on a future episode. But if you want more content like that, you gotta subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
And
subscribe, follow, share.
So on that note, everybody enjoy WrestleMania. However you want to, please be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. And
predictions coming up on Turnbuckle Tabloid this week, so be a part of that as well. Because we'll be on there for that as well.
And check out Ring Fanatics, because me and Jay will pop over there for a quick predictions episode as well. And with all that said, take care, guys. Bye.